Hello learners, welcome to this video lesson. Today we are going to discuss another topic. The title of the topic is Aptitude and its educational implications. Before starting our discussion, let me to introduce myself. I Dr. Niradhar, faculty member, School of Education, Indira Gandhi National Open University. Welcome you all to this video lesson. Friends, as you know, presently we are in the 16th module of your course. The title of the module is Understanding Socio-Psychological Attributes, and you all know that we are discussing one of your core courses under your BA-General program, which is developed as per the CBCS pattern, choice based credit system of UGC. The title of the course is Education, Concept, Nature and Perspectives. In this course, total 16 modules are there, and presently we are in the last module, that is the 16th module. I have already said that the title of the module is Understanding Socio-Psychological Attributes. In this module, 6 important lessons are there. I am just taking the name of the lessons. First is Intelligence and its educational implications, then Aptitude and its educational implications. We have already discussed the first lesson in our earlier session, and today we are going to discuss the second session, that is Aptitude and its educational implications. In the next sessions, you will find the other lessons, that is Creativity and its educational implications, Motivation and its educational implications, then Attitude and Personality and its educational implications. So, accordingly 6 different lessons are there in this module. Now, let us focus upon our second module, second lesson, that is Aptitude and its educational implications. Friends, before starting our discussion, let me to focus upon some of the learning outcomes from this lesson. After going through this video lesson and after going through the self-learning material which is given in the 16th module of your course, you will be able to name different socio-psychological attributes of the children. Then further you will be able to explain the concept of aptitude as a socio-psychological attribute. Further you will be able to correlate aptitude with other socio-psychological attributes, and you will be able to discuss the educational implications of aptitude as a socio-psychological attribute. Friends, I am very much hopeful that after going through this video lesson and the part E content which is given in your module, you will be able to achieve these learning outcomes. Now, let us go forward to understand different socio-psychological attributes. As you know, in this module we have discussed different attributes, that is you can say intelligence, then aptitude, then creativity, then motivation, then attitude and personality. Being a student of education, you should understand that what is the concept and what are the different theories of these attributes are concerned, and how these attributes are measured, and mostly the most important aspect is how these attributes are applied, or what is the educational implications, what is the usefulness of these attributes so far as teaching learning process is concerned, and so far as learners development is concerned, all round development is concerned. Okay. So, now let us focus upon the very concept of aptitude as a socio-psychological attribute. Friends, you might have observed that a student having particular level of intelligence doesn't necessarily show the same level of performance in all subject areas. If you remember your childhood days, if you remember your school days, you must have experienced such things that all are not equally well in all subjects. Okay. You will find that a student is highly intelligent, but still then he or she is doing well in few subjects, but at the same time they are not able to perform better in other subject. Let a student is doing very well in mathematics, but at the contrary, if I am not saying that this is the similar case always, but many a time you might have observed that a student is very good in mathematics, but at the same time he or she is not good so far as language and literature subject is concerned. So, why it is so? I am just putting a question to your mind just to think over it, why it happens. Further, let me to give another observation. You must have observed that a person does well in mathematics, but fails in language, and it may be vice versa also. That means a student is doing well in language, but not able to perform in the same rate so far as other subject is concerned, in the same scale so far as other subject is concerned. Then further, you must have observed that a person does exemplary well in sports, but is not able to do well in academic achievement. Many a time you will find that you can take the example of many great sports persons. If I will give the example of cricket as a sports, as a game, you can take the example of Sachin Tendulkar. His sports intelligence is you must have observed that here I have nothing to say that he is highly intelligent so far as sports is concerned, and particularly game cricket is concerned. But at the same time, you must have gone through his life history that he was not a very brilliant student so far as his academic achievement is concerned. Okay. So, it gives certain hint about aptitude. Aptitude is not all about you can say one will acquire mastery in all the subject, in all the areas. Further, I can say that people do exemplary well in mechanical work, many a time in art and crafts, in many physical activities, even if in the music and drama, but they are not equally bright in other fields. Apart from these fields, you will find that many other fields are also there. You can't say that who is very good in art and craft, equally he or she is good in mathematics or in science or in games and sports. So friends, have you ever tried to get the answer that why it is so, why it happens? This is because aptitude, that what hidden talent, what potential ability is having with the child, with the individual, with the learner. Okay. And that potential ability, you can't say that it is in all the field, it is across the subjects. Rather, it may be in a particular area, it may be in a particular specialized area, and that ability is many a time it is inherent, and many a time you will find that by observing the situation, coming contact with the immediate environment, coming contact with the peers in the school, groups in the school, and coming contact with you can say the happenings in the society, one can have also acquired such type of abilities. Okay? So, that is why it happens because of certain potential abilities. Further, if I will give you the definition or the meaning of aptitude, I can give the example of as per C.P. Good. Aptitude as a pronounced innate capacity for or ability in a given line of endeavor, such as a particular art, school subject or vocation. You can't say that all are good in all the areas, in all the subject. Rather, many a time you will find that in this world of work, many vocations are there. Okay. A craft person, let a person who is doing a type of woodwork, he may not good in other areas of craft, but he is very good in woodwork. At the same time, similar types of experience you must have observed in other areas also. Further, if I will give the example or give the definition of H.C. Warren, I can say that aptitude as a condition or a set of characteristics regarded as symptomatic of an individual's ability to acquire with training some knowledge, skill or set of responses such as ability to speak language or produce music, etc. So, these are the, you can say, certain internal quality, inherent quality, and if those qualities will get certain scope, if these qualities will be facilitated, or if the person will get certain knowledge, certain training, and if somebody will facilitate the hidden talent, the potential abilities that the person is having, then definitely it will come to the force, and that child may do certain miracle. Further, if I will give another example by Han and McLean, I can say that aptitude are correctly referred to as latent potentialities, undeveloped capacities to acquire abilities and skills and to demonstrate achievements. So, that is why I am just focusing upon these words. This is just like potential abilities, okay, undeveloped capacities. These capacities are not developed, that is in a potential form, okay. And when the child come contact with you can say with the mentor, with the peer, with the teacher, with the group, and when the child engage himself or herself in academic discourses, you will find that these undeveloped capacities, the potential abilities that take a shape of functional part, okay, functional part, and the child become able to do the things. And if I will analyze these definitions of aptitude, I can say that an aptitude is thus best understood as it is the stable ability of an individual that is readily available as a resource which can be applied to specific tasks requiring this ability, thereby enhancing his or her potential or learning. Further, different works require different skills and their corresponding aptitude. So, here aptitude is related with the skill. If a person is having aptitude in a particular area, he or she will try to acquire these skills, and automatically a type of interest, a type of willpower will develop within the child, within the learner, and he or she will spontaneously start to do the work, acquire the skill, then accordingly develop understanding. And further, we can also say that recognizing this aptitude, psychologists have developed many tests for assessing specific aptitude so as to predict how an individual may perform on a specific skill. In education, if I will give the example of the discipline of education, you must have observed that many aptitude tests are developed, okay, and you will find that in the school stage, even if in the teacher education, teacher usually use these tools to know that the child is having aptitude in what area, okay. So, that is why we can measure aptitude by using certain test, and that test is called as the aptitude test. It may be mechanical aptitude, it may be aptitude in other different areas in art and craft, in mathematics, in social science, and other types of vocation also. Further, if I will focus upon that, aptitude is an attribute here, is a variable here, and here if I will ask you that how aptitude work or contribute for other variable, what is the correlates of aptitude with other attributes, try to understand. I can say that there is the evidence that positive correlation exists between intelligence and aptitude scores of the individual. There is the research evidence that if you administer two tests upon a same group of students, and if the test is in a specific area, in a specific you can say content area in academic field. You administer two tests, one is the intelligence and other is the aptitude. You will find that the score of intelligence and the score of aptitude mostly positively correlated with each other. That means we can say that the person, those are having good aptitude or aptitude in a field, definitely their intelligence in that field will also high. Okay. So, that is why both the variables, both the attributes will go simultaneously. Okay. Then further, there exists a positive correlation between achievement and aptitude scores of the students. Friends, here also you can there is also research evidence that these two attributes are positively correlated with each other. Okay. The students, those are having high aptitude, definitely they will do well in their examination, and their academic achievement will also according with their aptitude. So, that is why there will be a positive correlation between aptitude and achievement of the students. And further, aptitude and attitude are also somehow correlated with each other, as the individual having aptitude in a particular field naturally develops a favorable attitude to work in that field. Try to understand here. You see the two attributes, that is aptitude and attitude. The person, those are having aptitude, the quality, it may be because of the product of our environment or because of you can say the because of the hereditary contribution. Okay. If the person is having aptitude, then definitely that person will create interest within himself or develop a type of positive attitude to develop those skills. Okay. So, that is why you will find that a spontaneous attitude will be developed in line with the aptitude, the specific aptitude that the person is having. So, that is why aptitude and attitude are positively correlated with each other. And now we can say that aptitude is a person's potentiality and quite certainly is the product of interaction between conditions both innate and environment. So, here I am focusing upon two things. One is the hereditary things and other is the environmental, that we construct here by through our observation and through our experience. So, that is why we can say that it is the research evidence that aptitude is not absolutely inherited, rather some qualities of aptitude may be inherited, but at the same time this can also be created, this can also be environmental. So, that is why aptitude is the product of both heredity as well as environment. Further, if I will focus upon educational implications of aptitude, where we can use this concept of aptitude, and we are the teacher, we deal the students in our class. Many a time you must have observed that the students are not paying interest in studies, but at the same time if you take them to the playground, if you take them, it may be a type of indoor game, it may be a type of outdoor game that they are showing very active and actively they are engaging themselves in different types of games and sports. And many a time you must have observed that the students are not doing good in their syllabi, in their curriculum, but at the same time they are equally doing well in different co-scholastic areas, in different co-curricular areas. It may be, I have already given the example of games and sports, you can take the example of other areas, other literary areas, then you can say in art and craft, in health education. Okay. So, you have to understand, being a teacher, you have to understand that what is the specific aptitude of the child, of the students, then accordingly what support you can provide to that child for their development. Okay. So, now let us focus upon some of the educational implications of aptitude. First of all, I can say that role of teacher and the parents is to identify the qualities and specific aptitude of a person in an area and accordingly provide scope to exhibit those qualities. Try to understand, being a parents are called as the first teacher, and particularly mother is called as the first teacher of the child. And then after, when the child enter in the formal schooling, then they come contact with the teacher. Okay, so that's why it is the role of the parents, then the role of the teacher, to find out, to explore that what qualities the child is having, what type of specific aptitude, specific interest the child is having. Then accordingly we should provide them opportunity, provide them scope to work on it or to acquire skill in that areas. For the aim of education is to nourish the children in the school system in such a way that they get ample scope to do the work and develop skills in the areas of their aptitude. Further, teachers should observe the strong points of the students and accordingly provide them scope to grow in those areas. Many a time you must have observed that there are three types of teachers are there. One type of teacher is very much autocratic in nature, and you will find that they believe in a teacher centric approach of teaching. Okay, so they give scope to the learners, hardly they give any opportunity to the learners to participate in the system of learning, to participate in discussion. Rather, whatever teacher knows, he tries to just exhibit it, he or she tries to discuss it in the class. So that's a type of autocratic teacher, and you will find that if the teacher is very much autocratic in nature, and if the teacher is not engaging students in the process of teaching and learning, then you will find that he will not, or here the teacher will not find out that what is the strong point of the teacher, what is the special ability of the teacher, what is the specific aptitude area of the teacher, of the students. Then accordingly the teacher cannot provide opportunity to the students. And another type of teacher that you can say who are very friendly in nature, and if the teacher is very friendly in the classroom, teacher definitely develop a type of rapport, a type of interaction with the students, and when they establish a type of interaction, then the students will feel free and they will come forward to express themselves. And when the students will express themselves, then being a teacher you will find out that what is their real interest, what they really want to do, then accordingly you can provide certain opportunity to them. Then another type of teacher, that's called as a laissez-faire attitude of the teacher. That means the teacher is very friendly, you can say. One is the first is the autocratic, then friendly means I mean to say democratic, and the third one is the laissez-faire teacher. That means the teacher is very friendly, means always teacher believe to engage the students in the process of teaching and learning. And when the teacher is democratic, or when the teacher is following a democratic attitude or a laissez-faire attitude, then definitely teacher will find out that the specific abilities of the learners, then accordingly the teacher will provide scope to the learners. Further, the other educational implications, particularly on aptitude, that is children having aptitude in other areas of knowledge should be given opportunity to pursue and grow in those areas. If I will go through National Curriculum Framework 2005, NCERT 2005, you will find that one chapter, one dedicated chapter is there, that how to address the other areas of knowledge. It may be peace education, it may be art and craft, it may be games and sports, it may be health education, it may be yoga. So how to address these things, how to address these areas of knowledge so far as our curriculum practice is there. So that's why being a teacher, you have to understand your child, you have to understand that what are the different other areas, and who are the children are having interest in those other areas, then accordingly you have to provide them opportunity to them. Further, parents should observe the behavior pattern of their children, then accordingly they should be given opportunities to pursue studies in their areas of aptitude, in their areas of particular interest. Then further varieties of activities need to be conducted in the school so that all students can participate in those activities as per their own interest and as per their own aptitude. In education, we always discuss it is our constitutional obligation to achieve equality with equity. We are not talking about only equality, rather with equality how we can achieve equity. So, that is why it also focuses so far as our pedagogy, our teaching learning process, our educational system is concerned, that how we can incorporate, how we can use varieties of activities so that the students will participate in the activities of their own interest, of their own aptitude areas. Further, there should not be any comparison between scholastic and co-scholastic abilities of the students. Many a time we say that scholastic abilities as if it is comparatively more important than the co-scholastic abilities. As per NCERT 2005, now all co-scholastic abilities are also part of scholastic abilities, but this is the perception, this is the perception of the parents, this is the perception of our community and society, that they focus mostly on the scholastic areas, these core subject areas. It may be mathematics, it may be science, it may be social science, it may be different types of languages. Okay. They only believe that their child should do well in this core subject, but at the same time there are enough opportunities there in the core scholastic areas, just like the other areas of knowledge, and the aptitude of the child may be in those core scholastic areas. So, that is why there is no need of making any comparison between the students so far as their scholastic abilities are concerned and co-scholastic abilities are concerned. Many great persons in this world, you can take the example that at the initial stage they are not good scholar, they are just an average student, okay, and they have done miracle, they have done outstanding performance so far as their areas of interest is concerned. Okay. It may be chess, it may be cricket, it may be other types of games and sports, it may be writing literature, okay. It may be different social activities also, it may be statesmanship also. Further, abilities in one areas of schools activities should be considered as equally important. Okay. So, all the areas of expertise, all the areas of knowledge are given equal importance. So, friends, just to recapitulate, today in this lesson we have discussed the very concept of aptitude as one of the socio-psychological attributes, and we have tried to understand the very meaning, the definition, and we have also summarized the very concept of aptitude, and further we have discussed that how the attribute of aptitude is correlate with other attributes, how it is correlate with intelligence, how it is correlate with achievement, and how it is correlate with you can say attitude also. And we have concluded this lesson by explaining its educational implications. So, how to use this aptitude so far as our teaching learning process is concerned, so far as our school education system is concerned. And now let me focus upon some of the practice questions, and I am very much hopeful that after going through this video lesson and after reading the self learning material which is given in your module, definitely you will be able to answer these questions. I am just focusing some of the questions for your practice, that is, what are the different socio-psychological attributes, define aptitude as a socio-psychological attribute, describe the correlate of aptitude with other socio-psychological attributes, and discuss educational implications of aptitude. Friends, in our next session we will discuss other topic from your course. Thank you.